Hi everyone, today I am going to show you how to make this super cool mixed material bow. So this is half glitter canvas and half ribbon, and it's got that one which is, I believe it's a dolly bow, but I'll check with my sister to be certain, and obviously it's the boutique style shape with a pinwheel base bow. Okay, so this is a version we're going to make, but we're going to do this in purple. And I've also done a couple of other versions. I've done a cute one with a butterfly template instead of the dolly bow. And then I've done a dolly bow version without the base bow. Okay, so you will need your scissors to cut your ribbon, your matcha ribbon, some canvas, faux glitter, faux leather material to cut your template from. Put these out the way. Your thread, extra strength, upholstery thread or pearl thread, anything that isn't cotton that's not going to snap when you cinch. Your needle to actually thread. Some dress pins to hold things in place. Your clip to attach your bow on, lighter to heat seal ribbon, and a tape measure to measure everything. I always put the measurements in the description below, so if you don't catch them as I'm speaking, do feel free to catch them there. And you will need a matching or coordinating piece of ribbon for your centre. We've got 2 times 35 and basically 4 times 35 centimeters for our actual petite bit of the bow. I have got a 5-inch wooden template wrapped with my pinwheel base bow ready to go, and I have already cut and made up my centre bow in the canvas glitter material. And it is a 16 centimetre long, and the largest piece of the width is 6.5 centimetres, and this bow is 3 inches wide and 2.5 that way. Okay, so we're going to put them out of the way, and I've also got some embellishments to attach to the bow later, decided once we've made it up what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to start with the 235. What we're going to do, because this is just basically for structure to make the bow keep its shape a bit nicer, is we're going to heat seal both these edges together. Now, a trick when you're heat sealing, never heat seal these separately. If you're going to do these to sort of give your bow a bit more strength and structure, heat seal them at the same time. And then give them a little pinch. Like so. Get them open. And then it seams them together like that. And we do the other end. And I always do my this is when I put my little pinches in for guiding later. Okay, same again. Line them up. Pinch them together. A little pinch mark in. Repeat the other end. So there's both of them, and what we're going to do, we fold them in half like so. No need to crease on this one, and we're just going to pin. Get rid of that one. I was pinning my templates to my canvas yesterday while I was experimenting, and I have badly bent some of my pins. It's driving me mad, so I'm going to have to bin all the ones that I've damaged, because it irritates me too much. And again, fold it in half and pin that centre. And these are for guiding to keep our loops nice. I'm just going to check something. Right, so where the pin is there, use your creases. And as you can see, you use them to guide like so, and then you get your pin right in the centre of it. If you check with your tape measure or your ruler, we've got 5 centimetres wide, and we're pinned at the 2.5. Okay, and we've done that way this time. To get good versions of these bows, because we've gone that way, this time you go the opposite. So that one's gone in, that one goes over, and again you use those to guide right in the centre like so. And again, if you were to measure, 5 and directly pinned at 2.5. Okay, and then what you can do is from this shape, we bring that up so our 2 pins line up like so. We can take that bottom one out, and then take that top one, go through all the layers, and that's going to be our guide point. And what I also do for helping me with my guiding and my stitches, I put another one here, which is about halfway between those sides, and the same the other side. Like I said, try and evenly space them, because it will help you when you're putting your stitches through. And we're gonna, that's the shape you get front, that's what it looks like on the back. We're going to do exactly the same with this one. You've got this shape to start with, and you bring that up to that pin, which equals your centre. Line them up nicely, take that bottom one out, capture all your layers, pin through, and then take your other 2 pins just for guiding your stitches. Okay, so front, back, and you should get something like this when we've got everything stitched together. And I'm going to make this in 2 parts for you today, rather than doing my standard cinch stitch. Let's check everything. Yeah, just like to make sure everything's all as it should be. Right, so we're going to put our stitches in. Now, as I said, I'm going to make it in 2 parts today instead of 1, and then show you how to stitch them together instead of gluing. because sometimes certain ones of these styles, if you're not great at getting your cinches and stitches in the right place, cinching is trickier than some of the other methods to doing this. So like I said, I'll show you a different technique to normal, just so you've got some options for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right from that join point there, through all 4 of your layers, from above. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I know I'd miss one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we want to be going back up through the end of that last piece there. Okay, and that will give you 4 even bumps. I'm just going to take all my pin guides out, and for me, check I've tied off my end. So this is the shape that you will have in a minute. And get your together, and we go back through all 4. Like so. Once. If you struggle, use your desk to, like I said, I go at least twice, like so, and then come back through the centre to stitch off. There we go, that's nice and secure, and as you can see we've got a really nice shape there. That's what it looks like. Side one, that's the back, and it's also good if you wanted to do an inverted boutique. That's the sort of shape that you're looking for. Like I said, in fact we could do it that way, do it that way, depends on which way you think it looks nicer when you build your bow. And I'll show you that version in a future video. Because this is basically how to make a more squared shape boutique in 2 pieces instead of sort of your crease method or your figure 8 method. Take the second piece, and again we're starting right from where all of those join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, back out through that joint there. Okay, and now I've tied this one off this time. Right, all the way through. Get them all lined back up. Go back through. Okay, use your desk if you need to. And again. Okay, and then we're going to stitch off the back. like so, and then you've got your second piece so that they both look the same. Okay, so that's the shape that you would get. Like I said, some people would glue at this point. It's not my personal preference. I always tend to stitch where I can rather than sew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up those 4 pieces, and I'm going to stitch from beneath so that that comes up between the middle section here, which would be, there we go. So from beneath, come up between those 2 there, and I go over that one, and then take this side and I go right between there. I do that, and then that will bring them together like glue. And then what I do is from beneath I go, like I said, stay as close to each edge as you can while going through all your layers, but I keep repeating that. I'll go through that one, back through that one, which is that side, like that, and the opposite side I'm going to go through that one and come back through that one. And like I said, stay as close to the centre as you can. You don't want to go too far out because otherwise people will be able to see your stitches, and we don't want that. Back up there and pull, and do another one just through the centres of those creases again. There you go. So I've lined up all of those. As you can see, super tough. I prefer this to glue, just a personal preference. Like I said, you could glue them as well. You can glue them instead of. Whatever works for you is your best option. I have no problem with whichever way you want to do it. This is just how I like to. I'm just going to stitch off in the back like so. And then, as you can see, you've got your nice, like I said, gives you like a pointed, boutique-y like shape. Okay, like I said, you can play around with your loops until you get them how you like them. Okay, that's better. So now we will do the base layer, and then I will show you how to attach everything together. So just got a bit more thread. And you'll notice that my needle is actually quite long compared to a lot of standard sewing needles. I actually use darning needles because they tend to be longer and stronger than your basic sewing ones. So if you don't have one already, do pick some of them up, because like I said, they are an investment and it will make certain projects a bit easier. So as you can see, this is a 5-inch template. What I've done is I pinned here and then wrapped round the 3 times, and what I do is this is an overlaid pinwheel instead of a straight pinwheel, so each one of these ones where it joins, there's about ½ centimetre overlap, and that's why I would refer to it as an overlap pinwheel instead of just a pinwheel. And then we stitch as so. And one of the channels that I support in the UK, Cheverella's, which is a friend of mine, Siobhan Young, she sells these templates in the UK, and I do believe from a couple of bow groups that I'm from that are US base. You can get a different version of these templates from A and L Designs. They're super useful. You can make a lot of different bows from them. Like I said, Cheverella's with Siobhan does quite a lot of quite a lot of videos. She has some on her channel, she has some in her group, and she has some albums of follow-alongs which are actually really good. It's where I started learning a lot of my template base making. Stitches in. And this is what you do from above. 1, 2, 3, 4 and out. And then I also wrap a little bit on my template just to keep my middle centre. You don't have to. I know some people who completely take it off at this point and do it that way. Like I said, it's whatever works best for yourself. Okay. Like I said, cinch a little bit on the template, take clips off, and then you'll be able to slip that like so. Hold it between your fingers like this, and then pull until it cinches nicely, like so. And then what I like to do to check I've got my tails the correct length is if you take your finger to that side and just over to there, so just want to trim that down just a teeny tiny bit, and then I am going to take this, go back straight through that centre like so, so it comes up here, and then we are going to pop that right through the centre. Of that one, and bring that through and wrap round. And then we tie off or stitch off in the back, however you particularly prefer. And that just makes me feel like everything's nice and secure rather than glue. Like I said, you can glue all the pieces. It's entirely up to you. And if you were to stop here, you can add your centre like so, and this would be a version of a boutique stylish bow. But with this one, we are going to add our nice dolly. And obviously I've cut this from this canvas sheet here. I literally put the template on, hand cut round it. My sister also does have the Big Shot machine, so she does it from that version. Like I said, whichever, if you've got the machine and you've got the die that does this instead of hand cutting, whatever works out best for you. But like I said, this one is the 16 by 6.5 to give you this, which fits perfectly in this one. And I am going to just add a touch of glue here. I'm going to pop it in so it fits nicely in the loops, like so. Make sure that's all nice and centred. There we go, you see? Each tip fits nicely in each loop. I'm just going to move that just a little bit. That's better, slightly more centred. we're going to add our middle and clip, and then we're going to decide which looks best of our embellishments. So a bit of glue on your alligator clip, centre that to your backy bow, just hold that for a second. I'm going to heat seal the end of our 9mm. I want a drop of glue just there. I have just done a whole 30-minute video on embellishments of all style, from your bling to your flatbacks, diamond, gems, diamantes, half pearls, etc. So if you want to go clays, if you want to go and watch that and see all the different styles that are available and sort of cost points and things like that, feel free to go and watch that. Like I said, it can make a huge difference to how your bow actually ends up looking. Wrap that round twice. A little bit of excess off. Heat seal that there, and then I'm just going to put a dot of glue just here. So that's what it looks like just by itself, and I'm just going to curve the tails on the pinwheels. And we heat seal the edges. And again, just a curve round, just a little one. There we go. And let's see. Can you use that one? That's quite cute. Or we can use this bigger one. I actually think that looks pretty cool. So I'm going to be extra sparkly and OTT with this one, because I promised myself that I am actually going to start using all my embellishments in my embellishment. And I have got this Gorilla Glue, and it is super glue with a brush and a nozzle, and it's multi-screw, so you can do the nozzle or the brush. I like this particularly because of the brush, and what I do is with that brush directly on there, and a little bit here because it's quite a wide embellishment, but not too much. There we go. I'm just going to put a drop on the back of the embellishment as well, just that main centre bit there. There we go. And I'm going to work out where it looks best. I think I'm going to do the edge just there, like so, and you hold that down for a good few seconds. I'm also known, if I've got wider clips, I am more than happy to clip them like this and have them set overnight. You can see that slipped a little bit there. Don't want that. But yeah, there you go. That is your mixed dolly boutique. Like I said, it's super pretty. Got a lot of options because, like I said, I've got a few different templates. Well, actually, I've got a lot of different templates for these. Like I said, I personally hand cut. My sister's got the big shot. She does lots of different versions of all of these glitter canvas faux leather versions. So she's been nice enough to download me some of the files as well. Like I said, you've got tons of options. They come in so many different versions. I've also got the butterfly here. I've got love hearts, flowers, bigger versions, different bows. Like I said, some of my cutting's not as good as others. Okay, little different style butterflies and things like that. So I will be playing around with mixed tutorials. So if there's anything you want to see that you haven't seen already, do ask me. But thank you for watching. I do also have a Facebook group under the same name, Catherine's Ribbon Bow Tutorials and Follow Alongs. Please share, like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell icon for notifications when I release new videos. It's always on a Monday and a Friday, but I also release a few here and there as well. And I love seeing your versions of my makes. And if you need any help in the future or any extra tips on any tutorial that I have done, like I said, I'm always more than happy to help and pop online or answer any questions that you might have. Thanks for watching. Bye.